This is my review of this Canon MAXIFY MB2720 printer. I'll share with you the positive side but also the negative side of owning one of these. So let's get started right away with the positive. So this printer is filled with many different features. Some of them you'll probably never use. One of them, on top over here, we have a top document feeder. Okay, so once you open this, you can place 50 sheets of paper on the top and they will get automatically scanned one by one without you having to touch anything. And the best part about it is that it's able to scan both sides of the page in one single pass, which is very impressive. On top of that, it also has a regular scan bed. If you open this lid and you prefer putting your paper one by one, you can also do this. This printer has 2 input trays for your sheets of paper, not only one, for a total of 500 sheets of paper total capacity, which again is a lot. So you have the tray number 1 over here, and you have a second one, very similar to the first one. You can put up to A4 or legal size paper in it. You can connect this printer to your PC, Mac, Android or iPhone directly to the Wi-Fi of the printer, or you can connect the printer to your Wi-Fi network so your other devices will be able to see it and use it. And I didn't have any issues with the Canon app that is for smartphones. In under 5 minutes, you're able to set up this printer and get going. Another nice thing is that it has a touchscreen display, which works the same way as your smartphone. Well, maybe it's a bit laggy sometimes, but it makes every features very accessible and it's easy to understand in case you have an error. So if you have a paper jam, it will clearly tell you have one and you're gonna press OK to clear it. If you want to check the ink levels, you just have to press on these ink symbol and you see over here, it tells you right away. On the front of the printer, you also have a USB port in case you want to print from a USB drive. Connected here, and with the touchscreen you can see your pictures or document and print them. You can also scan a document and get the results transferred to your USB drive. On the back of the printer, we also have many different ports. Over here we have a USB port, but this one is to connect a USB cable in case you prefer having a wired connection to your PC computer. Unfortunately, there is no cable included in the box. Then over here, under this cover, you have an Ethernet connection, which means that if you want to link this printer directly to your wireless router, well, you'll be able to do it, and this way the connection will be much more stable. Finally, these 2 ports over here, you see EXT and line, is in case you want to use the fax function of this printer, because yes, there is a fax machine integrated. Not many people will use that, but hey, if you want it, there's the possibility. Now let's check the print quality. This printer is able to print up to 600 to 1200 dpi. Which is not the best in its class, but not the worst either. There are some Epson printers that can do 1200 dpi by 1200 dpi, but rest assured that I don't think you're gonna notice much difference. Here I have printed some text and everything is sharp, there's no stains, nothing wrong, even an image. You can see how well it prints in the shadows. The highlights are not blown out and the saturation is actually quite representative of the real picture. Maybe a bit oversaturated, but not by much. So again, here I have printed another text file. Everything looks great. You won't see any pixels even if you bring it up close. If you want to print some drawings or, some coloring books, stuff of this nature, it has a good resolution, and even if I focus really closely, you see the small details are rendered perfectly. I also printed some pictures. It's able to print on glossy paper too, but this is just plain paper. And one thing that is important is when you print on your PC or even on your smartphone is to select print quality best. By default, it will not provide you with the best print quality. You absolutely need to select it manually. It will take a bit more time to print, but the results are great, as you see. Now, what are the downsides of this printer? Because there is some, like any product on the market. Well, one of them is that it's large. It's actually the largest, the biggest printer I ever reviewed on my channel. And it's not only big in size, it also weighs a lot. So without any paper inserted, without anything, okay, it's 33 pounds, which is a lot. You won't be moving this printer on your desk often. And although this is a large printer, what surprised me is that the paper input over here, the two cassettes that I showed you previously, are sticking out of the printer. You can make them smaller so they don't stick out, but if you do this, you won't be able to print on letter size paper, legal size paper, or A4 size, which most people will use letter size. So it really surprised me that Canon didn't thought about a way of inputting paper so it sits inside of the printer and not sticking out like that. Another negative side, and this is a bit weird, is you see this is where the ink cartridges are located. Right now they're almost full, but if I open the drawer, in almost all the other printers I have reviewed in the past, and yeah, there's many of them, well, the printer will present to you the carriage with the different cartridges once you open the door. Or maybe on the menu you have to select something, so this happened. Well, this time Canon decided that if your cartridges are not depleted, the carriage will stay hidden from you, so you won't have access to them. Again, this is very weird. Even on the menus, you cannot change this. So if you're using any third-party cartridges and you want to refill them manually with a syringe, well, you'll have to turn off the printer, unplug it from the wall outlet, and bring this carriage manually by disconnecting things. Anyway, I think it's a hassle. Canon should let us have access to the cartridges even if there's still ink in them. Now, who is this printer for? Definitely it's made with business in mind. A normal person that only prints, let's say, 30 pages per month will not benefit from all the extra features that this one has. So it's able to print at 24 pages per minute in black and white or 15.5 pages per minute in color. This is quite fast. All right, so in a business environment, time is money, so this could be great. If you're not going to use your printer often, you will also not benefit from having a input of 500 sheets of paper. And the fact that this is a large and heavy printer at home, well, it will take a lot of space on your desk. There's many other options on the market that, maybe accept only 200 sheets of paper. Many people, when shopping for a home printer, want something compact that won't be in the way or take much real estate on their desk. And by the way, if you want to get this printer or a similar one from Amazon, I'll put links in the description down below. Every time you go through them, you support my channel. Thanks for watching. Leave a like, subscribe, comment, and I'll see you in the next video.